Alright, so we're up here today just checking all our stands. This is something we do every year. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in, we're going to go up every stand. I'm going to check the sticks, I'm going to check the straps, I'm going to check our bow ropes, we're going to get everything trimmed, make sure they're safe, make sure they're ready to go. Big thing for us, and I hope everybody's doing the same thing, is we do not have a tree stand on any of my farms that does not have a lifeline in it. So we're checking all these, but this is critical. I had a really bad fall. It's been almost 11 years ago now. I'm very lucky to be here. I fell 35 feet out of a tree, broke my back, both my arms, collapsed a lung. Just a miracle that I'm even here. So ever since then, I do not hunt without these lifelines. So I don't care if you're hunting 10 feet or you're hunting 30 feet. Every tree stand should have one of these lifelines. The one time you go up and don't have it is the one time you might have a problem. So, you know, you get complacent sometimes. You do this enough and you think, oh, I'll just be careful. But always, always, always use one of these lifelines. This way you're strapped in from the tree from the moment you leave the ground until the moment you come back down. So lifesavers here, I guess that's why they call them lifelines. But we're getting stands done today. It's been really hot today, but we're just about to get finished up here. After that, we're going to move on to some CuddeLink cameras. We're going to start getting those out, but man, I tell you, it feels great just to sit up in a tree today. Today is August 24th. So we're almost the 1st of September here. We'll be shooting doves here in another week and a half, and fall is going to be on us pretty quick. Neat little spot here back in the timber, very secluded, just a little, not even quarter-acre clover spot right in the middle of the woods. Got the lone wolf set here, and can't wait to sit here come October. Should be some acorns falling. We are seeing tons of acorns this year. The trees are just absolutely loaded. So if your cameras start to go dead and some of your big deer you've been getting maybe this summer disappear, they're probably moving off some of these food sources and getting into timber and eating some of these acorns. But anyways, we got just a few more stands to go. We're going to check each one of our lone wolves, make sure they're safe, and then we're going to move on to our CuddeLinks. All right, so we just want to come back. We got the lone wolf set hung here in this new spot right on these deer radishes from Whitetail Institute. This is actually a product from the guys over at Lone Wolf. This is called Camo Flex. What happened with this set, we actually had to hang the set a little lower than we typically like to, just because of the size of the tree. This is a giant oak tree. We were having trouble getting the straps around the tree, so we actually hung it a little lower. So what we're going to do is actually come in and use this Camo Flex to try to help blend that stand in just a little bit. But this is a really neat product. You can use this for turkey hunting. You can use this for anything that you want to, but basically just some synthetic tree branches. And basically it's going to give us a little more cover, help us kind of break our outline up a little bit because we're so low. But basically you just fold these out, spread them out, get some nice cover. We're going to actually twist tie and zip tie these right to the stand and to the tree, and this is going to help kind of blend us in. So we're going to go over and get these put up and let you guys see how these work. But check these out from the guys out of Lone Wolf. It's called Camo Flex again, and a neat product if you don't have time to, you know, get some branches cut, or a lot of times you can cut some branches and they look really good when you put them up, but then they die, leaves fall off, and then you don't have anything by the time hunting season comes around. So the nice thing about this is you're gonna have that leaf cover all year long, and you can reuse them. But you can bend it, you can twist it, you can make it however you want to get that perfect cover. But we're gonna throw these up and see what you guys think. In there. Okay, so we got that Camo Flex just put up on the lone wolves. All it takes is a little bit. All we're trying to do, we're not trying to actually completely conceal ourselves like a blind. We're just trying to get a little background cover, a little front cover, just break that outline up just a little bit. So a little skyline there possibly on certain angles, but just those few little branches there I think can help break that up. So you get that wary big old doe that comes through, you know, and she's kind of looking around. That few little leaves in front of you is enough just to break up your outline, break up that silhouette, and get you past her. But that'll be nice once these leaves start to fall. Those are going to be all year. You don't have to worry about, you know, wind blowing the sticks down, or once the leaves fall, just having a bare stick. Those will be there all year, and hopefully they'll give us some cover. So Camo Flex, check it out. All right, so just want to kind of stop and give a little update here on this food plot. We actually seeded this spot about 2 weeks ago. We were supposed to be getting some rain from the hurricane that came up through. Unfortunately, that stayed south of us. We didn't get any rain. We did catch one little pop-up shower. I think we had 2/10 since we planted this, but you can see here, I mean, it is just bone dry. This dirt is just nothing but dust here. But if you look around, a few of these seeds have actually started to germinate just from the dew and just from that tiny little rain. I mean, stuff is actually just starting to germinate. So if we could just catch one rain, this thing would actually absolutely explode. But we've got a nice coverage. A few you can see here, I mean, this is kind of what you want to look at when you're looking at your rate. You don't want this to be solid green. You just want a few here or there. So these things got room to grow, but there's lots of stuff that are just trying to germinate. So if we can just catch one rain, this is going to be perfect. But if not, you know, the seed's just kind of laying here waiting for that rain. You can always come back and overseed it here another week or two if you have to, but I think there's enough starter here that this should be a perfect spot. Today's the last weekend of August. Next weekend is going to be the opener of dove season, so we're going to be out shooting some doves. And we're going to come in probably next weekend, I think, and start to plant some of our rye. As dry as it is, I'm going to go ahead and get that seed down. So we've got a nice mixture of the radish and the turnips in here. And then we'll come in and actually do some winter rye on top of here as well. So that'll kind of fill in the gaps. But I'm amazed how much of this is actually starting to germinate with absolutely no rain. But should be a neat spot. We got the muddy set up behind us here. We've got the corn as an edge. And those deer should walk right past here. But you just never know this time of year. You know, you want to kind of look at the calendar and shoot for a specific date, but it's all due rain. So you can kind of see if you don't get any rain, it's not going to matter. So if you haven't had a chance to get your seeds out in the ground, as dry as it is, you know, you still got time to do it. So go ahead and get those planted here in the next couple weeks. But hopefully this will still be a nice green spot if we can get some rain. So we got the lone wolf set here. Got the camera stand hung. Kind of neat little spot. This is actually more a spot we'll probably definitely try to shoot a few does out of. It's very secluded. Actually made this spot smaller this year. We didn't really want the deer coming and having this as a destination spot. We actually want them to move more towards the center of the farm. So, man, we've only probably got, I don't even think, a half acre of beans here. Just a little spot, but right next to some timber. Big, this is a 76 acre field here, so CRP, so tons of cover. So you never know what could pop up here. We've got the CuddeLink camera back here on the beans, kind of monitoring this spot for us. But neat area to sit here and hunt. We've got basically created a little pinch here, kind of like a boomerang coming around this field. We use the prairie grass to pinch it down really tight. We've got the muddy set here. We're actually going to move it right to this point here next weekend. So we're right in the action, but a neat spot. So we'll have the muddy box blind there to hunt out of, and we'll have this tree as well. But these deer like to come and hook this edge here. We're actually going to bring alfalfa all the way around the edge of this. Should be just a nice little transition spot, but never know what you might see here. But the stand is hung. We're just about done with the stand work here on this farm. Got most of the CuddeLinks out. It's the last weekend of August. Starting to really get excited. Cameras are starting to actually show some pictures of the first few deer out of velvet, so we're excited about that. Next weekend we'll actually be shooting doves, and things are going to get rocking. It's a beautiful morning. We had a little cold front finally come through. It's been super hot and dry. We finally got a little cold weather. It feels great this morning just to be sitting up here in a tree. If we could just get some rain. It's been so dry. We've got all our seed out for our fall plots, and now we just need some rain. Okay, so I just want to take a minute and kind of go over this CuddeLink system with you guys. The guys over at Cuddy have came out with an awesome product. It's called the CuddeLink System. But what this is, you can hook a cell camera up, but this is not a cell-based system. This is a daisy chain or a linking system. So here on my farm, I'm basically right on my porch here. I have 2 home cameras set up. There's no monthly fee. There's no subscription for this. This is simply 2 home cameras. You purchase the camera, that's it. This camera here and this camera here, with the new software, I can link 24 cameras to each home camera. So right here with these 2 cameras, I am actually linking 48 cameras on this farm. I can come out here and I can actually pull a card, and right here, this card will actually check 24 individual cameras on this farm. I've got another 24 here. So 48 cameras are checked by simply pulling 2 cards. It's so simple. Each one of these then, basically from this camera, you'll go to the next camera. turn it on and link it, the next camera link it, the next camera link it, and basically it's that daisy chain process. So all the pictures then come back and are stored on this home camera. So again, the nice thing about it is you don't have to have a separate cell service for every camera. Simply here, I just have the home camera because it's so close to my actual cabin. I don't need any cell service for this. So it's a really cool system. I tell you, the nice thing about it is you can go out, let's say midday, you get done hunting, you come back in, I can come right here, check a card, and I can know where that deer was we're after this morning, what food plot he was in. So it really changes the game. And when you're managing for big deer, the big key is low pressure. So with this system here, I don't have to go around and check every camera on the farm. I remember back in the day, we used to get in the bad boy buggy and try to slip around real quiet midday and pull cards and check cameras. With this, there's none of that. You can check everything right here. Again, I've got 48 cameras being monitored right here at the house. So it's a pretty neat product. Now you can also hook a cell service to this. So let's say you don't have a cabin that's close. You could actually make one of these a cell camera and it would do the same thing. That would be your home camera. All you have to do is get a subscription for one cell service though. You could have 24 cameras linked to that one. So we can show you over at the 160. I've got another farm about 5 miles from here and we actually use the cell service for that. So I've got, again, 24 cameras linked to that, and then what it does, it actually sends those pictures straight to my phone. But if you've got somewhere close where you can check a card and you don't need a cell service, you can do it with actually no subscription at all. But awesome product from CuddeLink. It's a game changer. You definitely need to check it out. So just wanted to show you, this is the cell camera version that we've got on this farm. So this farm's about 5 miles from our home farm. So what we did is we came over and we've got the cell camera here. This camera is linked up to a full link, so we can do 24 cameras over on this farm as well. And then all the pictures will come to the cell home, and then from here, they'll actually shoot the pictures right to my phone. So we'll get an email, they'll all be in folders, they're nicely organized, but this is a nice way if you don't have a place or access to that home card, you can send the pictures, but again, you don't need 24 different cell packages, one cell camera, all the pictures will come as back one, and then you've only got one cell camera to pay for as far as the subscription goes. But a neat way if you've got a farm where you don't have access to all the time, these will send you pictures right to your phone or right to your email, and then you can check them and know what's walking around. But again, 2 options from CuddeLink with those. You've got the cell version or you've got the home version if you're able just to check the card. All right, so we're out setting up some of the CuddeLink cameras. We're up here on the point stand. This is a neat spot. There's an alfalfa edge that comes through here. We've got the muddy right up here over my shoulder. With these CuddeLinks, I like to use these steel posts out in these fields. You can really put the camera exactly where you want it. These get nice and solid, so I like to use the zip ties and the clips that they come with. And we've got a little pinch point right here with some prairie grass and the beans, so I'm going to put this camera here. We've kind of hit this before, but you always want to make sure when you're facing your cameras, you try to face them north and south. That way you're not getting that morning or that evening sun. But we'll put that clip on here. With our CuddeLinks, we like to use the battery packs. We get a lot longer battery life. So these posts actually help hold this really well. But so we've got it pretty much facing to the north here. Got an edge coming up, so these deer have been working out. You can see the browse pressure right here in the beans. So I think this will be a good shot to catch what's ever moving through here. Pretty simple, that's all you got to do. We'll get this all set and it'll be ready to go. All right, so we're over here at the 160 today. It is Labor Day weekend. We had a fun dove shoot this morning, had some friends out, had a lot of birds, it was a good time. Now we're over here doing some seeding. So we came over here a couple weeks ago and got some radish and some turnips seeded. It's been really dry. We finally caught a rain though, and we're actually getting some nice germination here in the food plot. So we decided to come in with some rye now. This is a great time of year to go ahead and seed your cereal rye. They're gonna start to get green. They'll be that perfect height come the 1st of October when that bow season opens. But we're going to go ahead and spread about 100 pounds per acre of our rye today. That's going to really fill in the little areas where the radish and the turnips were. We'll have a nice solid green carpet of food plot out here. And then we've got a 3-acre bean plot that we're going to leave standing as well. So what we did with the seeder on the tractor, we actually came in and overseeded this entire bean field. So that way once those leaves fall, they'll turn yellow and drop, and then that rye will actually already be germinated and will green up, and then we'll have a beautiful green area inside those beans as well. So this is the time of year to do it. You've got about 2 weeks here to try to get those grains out. So now's the time. Get your seed out And if you get a couple rains, they should pop right up.